Right now, I'm a Jedi.
Hey,
Right now?
He playing. Okay, he knows.
So what does that mean?
So hold on. So he's force fluid.
Shut up.
You're force fluid.
He's force
We going
fluid.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, why did I wake up to him dropping bars this morning on Instagram Live? I'm like, all right.
Buff.
Buff, yeah. You look so old.
Oh yeah. Don't forget to send me the other ones. I gotta make the whatchamacallit for them, the thumbnails and all that crap.
Oh yeah, video clips and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I shared the link with you. You should be able to download it.
Plus,
All right.
oh, big. Yeah. Now I get a brush
Already,
stamp.
we're recording.
she's
now.
already recording.
You are.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Cece, you gotta take it away. Go ahead and intro.
All right.
Intro your show.
Well, welcome to a very special episode of Everybody Gets One. May the 4th be with you. We have our esteemed guests, the Urban Jedi Knights.
Hey.
Hey, you want to just go ahead and introduce yourselves? Just we can take it from there.
Yeah, I'll start.
Uh-oh.
I'm Brandon, and I'm an Aquarius. No, I'm joking.
I'm an Aquarius too.
Oh God.
No,
Hold
but
on.
seriously, I'm Brandon.
And he's
I'm Devin.
My name's Greg, aka Darth Bellum.
True. And with me, of course, are my wonderful co-hosts. Introduce yourselves, please. Oh my
And
God.
Sam is being silent. So, hi everybody, it's Pod Nigga here.
Hey, yo, I just don't be ready. Came in.
Right.
And Sam. All right, so we're good. Let's go.
We're missing
All right.
Rio right now, but he will be popping in shortly, hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah, man. Rio, I just want to say I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Okay, well, let's get to it, though. So, of course, it's May 4th. Today is one of the most important days in the Star Wars universe. But before we get into all that, what inspired you, other than the obvious, to create Urban Jedi Knights, and how did Urban Jedi Knights come to be?
Okay, lovely question. What inspired it was our innate love for specifically one of the many movies, Star Wars Episode 3. It really hit each of us here where we live, because it was such a pivotal movie for us. And I'll let Dev talk about our actual origins, but that movie is forever an inspiration of what we do, and just the combat and the psychology and the philosophy behind all the combat forms and everything. But Dev, take it away, man.
Oh man, yeah. Being a Star Wars fan is like in my DNA. My family loved the movies, and then I was brought up on the movies too. So watching them, when you're younger and you're watching things, you want to be in their world. That's why we're all here right now. But I definitely took a liking to the original trilogy, but I really, really took a liking to Anakin Skywalker. Hayden Christensen plays him in the prequel trilogy. And just the way he was just moving his lightsaber all the time. Shout out to the blue right there. Wow, got that on there. Got that on there. Watching.
Blue, sorry?
Watching episode 3 in 05 was great. I'll never forget it, because after seeing it, it kind of molded the way how I would move with a lightsaber. Now, granted, Urban Jedi wasn't a thing like back then, but there was definitely a calling for it. It was like I was destined to like do this or something. So when I got the DVD that came out like that summer, I watched it every day, and I was trying to figure out how Anakin was doing the flourish like behind his back. And I was like, it's definitely because he's got a robotic arm. But then I was watching like the behind the scenes, right? And I was watching the behind the scenes clips on the DVD, the bonus features. I'm a sucker for stuff like that. And I saw he was really just doing it, and I'm like, I'm gonna teach myself how to do it. And then I don't know how many years later, what is 2005?
That was 12.
12 years later.
Jesus Christ.
12 years later, we're practicing in a center, and I pick up a broomstick and I do it, and Greg just goes, he's like, yo, what? You can do the Anakin flourish? I'm like, yeah. I talked to myself like when I was like, 12.
I'm freaking out like, oh, hold up, I'm not gonna speed past the fact that you just did the joint that I thought he did because he had a robotic arm.
Right.
Hold up.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then literally the rest is history. Like how we put it is I was moving, but as I was moving like the broomstick or the lightsaber, Greg was writing the story in his mind and planning as I'm moving. I'm just like, what? I'm just thinking, no, we got to put something together. We got to
do something.
We got to do something. We got to do something with it. And now here we are 3 years later, and all podcasts with you wonderful people.
Aw, you're so sweet. And at what point did I miss the part where Brandon came in the picture?
So,
shit.
as he was doing all the flourishing, Greg was writing the script in his head. I was thinking about how the hell we can make money off of it.
Yes.
That sounds like me.
Yes.
Show me the money.
So
Yes.
once
Yeah.
I seen that, I said, okay, well, we got to come up with different ways, and that's when I started brainstorming on how we could actually capitalize off of that.
Nice.
And just to dive in just a little more, that's where we were able to go to certain conventions and work with corporations to actually put on a performance. A lot of people don't see the behind the scenes. There's a lot that goes into it, and I see how dedicated and how hardworking we all are, and we all feed off of each other's energy. And with that being said, anytime we go somewhere, anytime we're offered an opportunity, I always make sure we have our best interests and I have their best interests all at heart, so we can actually move forward and put together a great show. Because whether we're performing in front of 1,500 people or 5 people, you're going to get the same performance.
Facts. That's what's up.
Every time, B. Go ahead. I want to high five. Go ahead.
Right.
Talk that.
I know you gotta have a notebook to write stuff down.
You guys learned a lot from I see that you all have learned a lot from the Wayans brothers.
Shut up. Oh my
You're
God.
colored.
Oh my
You're
God.
happy.
Oh my
First of all,
God.
they're brothers first. They're brothers first. Then they're happy and they're singing and they're colored. Give me a high five.
Well, instead of singing, you guys are like slashing each other with lightsabers. So,
Even better.
Yeah.
see what the Wayans brothers have taught us?
Saw
Wow.
that coming.
Stick together, everybody. Stick together.
Beautiful guys. Cut and print. Where did that even come from? I
Right.
love it.
We just go like our tangents got tangents up in here.
All right. Anyways, so along with writing the scripts, like how long does it take for you guys to like choreograph scenes and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing, because as of now, given the COVID situation and everything, we're kind of just having some downtime trying to put together resources to prepare for filming. So it's like as like the writing's developing and we're getting new people like to like fill the roles that are developing, and we're meeting new people. So it's like, shoot, I like this person. I might have to write a role for them in this genre later on down the line. It's like it's just we're going off the needs basis. But being as though we can count on we three like 24/7, between me and Dev, we probably have like 6 to 7 different choreographed sequences that we're just ready to do live at any moment. But when it comes time to put those into the series, like we might have to give some of the fights that we have to other people who are joining, or just develop something new altogether, because everybody moves different.
Yeah.
So it's like for him and I, though, we've been working on like we've got like 3 different signature mixes now, but we call them mixes too. We're weird. But I guess we've been sitting on like 2 since day one, and we just made up a new one. When did that new one?
About a month ago.
Yeah, a month ago, and now it's fully furbished, it's looking really good. So
Okay. I mean, apart from like choreography, I mean, like a lot of people think you guys are just like waving the lightsaber around like it's nothing, but there's like a lot of conditioning that comes with it, because you just can't be like swinging around and then thinking you're going to be okay after like 5 minutes of doing that, like 5 minutes straight. So like what sort of like conditioning do you guys do to basically prepare for basically like the, I guess, practicing and then also the final product?
Well, a running joke that we got is that I'm old and tired all the time because I draw on the dark side. So after every fight, I'm ready to pass out. This guy over here, he all the way different. He just don't get tired. I'll be looking at him like, hey, yo, can you just get hurt? Can you just like stop? Tell me about your
Oh man, we just liken it to the lab. We get in the lab, we practice, and you have to like really have to develop an amount of trust with the person that you're fighting. Fortunately, me and Greg have been doing this for years. I mean, like lifetimes. Not talking like a couple years. I'm talking like past lives.
For real, yeah.
From what we've been told. But no, we get out there, we'll warm up, and if it's a sequence that we know we're going to perform either that weekend, we just drill it. We get in the lab. Pacing and foundation is definitely key.
Right.
Because, like I said, these things they hurt when they contact. They hurt.
And they're heavy too. They're heavy and funky. This John is this is yeah.
You just made Sam jealous. He wants your lightsaber right now.
I have 3 of my own from Oklahoma.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, look at him! Oh, now you trying to show off. I don't want nobody lightsaber. I got my own.
Whatever.
I don't need nobody lightsaber.
Sam's lightsabers are expensive as shit. Like nigga, that's my Cardinal lightsaber.
Bro, he had to trade 3 pounds of vibranium for his lightsaber.
No bullshit.
No bullshit.
But also,
I'm just saying.
To Sam's question, Devin and Greg, you guys have backgrounds in dance, and you've worked with people who have backgrounds in fencing and other fields as well. Am I right?
Absolutely.
That kind of plays into it, I would assume.
Yeah, I wouldn't, because his background in dance is like happening. Like it's actually like it's his whole life just popping off right now. I danced for like when I was a kid. I did tap dancing. I'm putting my secrets out there, and some ballet, so that conditioned my body to be limber and nimble and stuff. But I also played football and ran track, and that's where the real the athletic conditioning came for me. And I think that really helped separate the physicality between us too. Because one of the things that a lot of his forms and a lot of I'm talking for you right now. I'll talk about me and you talking about your style. So like my fighting style is it's very different from his in the sense that I'll put a lot of my body behind it, but at the same time, 1 minute I'll be all in your face with it, but then I'll just play back and I'll switch to a more formal fencing style of fighting. Whereas his style is very different, and I feel like if you look to our backgrounds and our physicality, that's where you can tell that plays a part in what we do today. You're because you're the spark, you're faster.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm moving spurts, speed and agility, with his power and precision. Against his power and precision, it's it just makes for gels for a really, really good fight. And like I said, we lab it out, we hash things out, and B is at every practice, so he's there telling us what looks good, what don't. Chill, sit down, get up, get it together, run it again. Right, y'all thought y'all was done. Y'all over here talking about that's not this. Right, it's funny. Yeah, it's Joe Jackson. Right here.
That's what's up.
So yeah.
So my next question is, and some of your fans are pretty much already aware of this, but do you identify as a Jedi, as a Sith, or neither, and why?
What's your pronouns?
Yeah, what are your pronouns?
2020. We're in 2020.
I hate Alex.
What's your pronouns?
Alex.
Our, we, those are my pronouns. I'm niggas. I have to take it from you.
Hold on. Did you just say
Jedi are not pronouns? They're
whoa. Did you just say we niggas? Who said we niggas?
This is not a pronoun. Niggas is a noun.
Okay, all right.
Niggas is a noun. Remember that.
Identifies
Yeah,
niggas.
feel from this side on, because B, you can tell them a little bit about affiliation.
B.
I would say right now I'm a Jedi.
Hey,
Right now?
We playing. Okay, he knows.
So what does that mean?
So he's force fluid.
Shut up.
You're force fluid.
He's force fluid.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, I would say I'm a Jedi.
Okay.
All right.
Why did you say right now though? Why you say right now?
Because if you take me there,
Why do you look at him like that? He's like,
I'm with it.
It's about to get hot. I felt it.
Take it there. Shit.
Right. Real fast.
Right. Damn. All right. I didn't even know. That's crazy.
So why Jedi right now? Damn, you over here joining the light and you don't even know why?
That was priceless.
You can't just step into the light and not know.
Mm-hmm.
You got blinded by it?
I did.
Molded by it. Yep.
Oh, stop it.
Holding it.
Oh my God.
You merely adopted.
Shut up, Alex. Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay.
my team. Y'all already know what my set is. Guardian Blue,
All right.
Jedi Knight. Yeah. For justice. You
For
know,
life, or
fight
are
the
you
good
fluid?
Fight the good fight. You know, we got to make sure things stay balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's what it's all about. I rock my blue.
Okay.
No matter what. Guardian Blue, Jedi
And
Knight, train, trials, all that. They cut off my rat tail. Now I got the fade.
Yo.
I'm here for
oh,
it.
so you had a little Kanye West joint in the back. You get a little, and they had to just like shape that up. They just faded that up.
Oh,
Like, all right, you a Jedi now.
yeah. All right. But here's number one bad guy. Here we go.
Oh yeah, here we go.
All right.
Yeah, you already know what set I claim. I'm
Okay.
out.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. You see me? Yeah, this the only set. The Sith. Long
Only
live.
set. Let's
The
go,
Sith.
baby.
He talking about only look. He talking about only.
Why you going over Jay size?
Oh,
Hey man, he claimed it.
Take him down.
He claimed his set.
Oh,
But look, hold on. I'm gonna tell you one thing for the Jedi's. Y'all do know it's y'all fault that Order 66 happened, right?
I'm positively. I know.
It's your fault
Yeah. I wasn't there for that.
because
Straight up, yo.
you guys misread that prophecy, right?
Right.
Y'all do know that, right? Y'all misread that prophecy right there.
That's something right.
Yo.
But before we even get into all of that, what is it about the Sith logic that appeals to you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, okay, I'm about to break it all the way down and build it back up for y'all. So the primary and fundamental difference between the Jedi and the Sith, it's in our reality's terms, it's the difference between Taoism and Nietzscheism. Taoism is when your service and your concept of like giving is what builds the community, is what strengthens other people. You make a servant of yourself to everything external. But the Sith, oh, sorry, I gotta jump ahead.
No, go
but in
ahead.
Nietzscheism, conflict is what shapes you. Conflict is what molds you and it makes you stronger. And I rep that so hard because it's like you can get to complacence if you don't have anything challenging you. If you're constantly just giving and you're constantly just the goody two shoes of everything. So I rep the Sith because on a fundamental level, that's what they believe. They believe in challenging themselves and they believe in acquiring more power so that they can then properly exert their will over whatever needs their will exerted on. So
You hear
and
that,
red's my
Jedi?
favorite color. Sorry.
You hear that, Jedi? You need challenges.
Fairly sound logic.
Look,
Fairly sound logic.
reasoning for the Jedi side? Come on.
Right,
Come
like-
on. Y'all better come back. No, this ain't over. This ain't over. Y'all need to come on. Explain yourself.
This is kind of appealing. I might
Yeah, explain yourself.
consider.
See, my character in the fiction is going to represent like a different type of Jedi. Like he was definitely born from like, you know, the Anakins, the Obi-Wans, the Qui-Gons, the Mace Windus. But I'm also putting like my twist on. I know we didn't get to like what we do as far as like the fiction that we're making or bringing, you know, Urban Jedi or Jedi to the hood, so to speak. But
To the brown side of the Force.
Yeah. There we go. You know,
But all that will unfold.
Shit.
We'll stop it there. All that will unfold.
Oh yeah. He don't want to give out all the.
yeah.
Get him, Brandon.
That pilot.
See, like him, he's thinking about the money. He's like, no. Don't go too deep. Let's not
Brandon
get too
be
free.
on it, yo. Go to law school,
That's why he's
Brandon.
here.
Ain't miss a beat.
This is why he's here.
That was awesome.
But anyway, I'm saying that to say, yeah, I'm making a different type. It's still a Jedi, but it's going to be a Jedi for this a new age. Kind of
Right.
like, you know, definitely.
Okay.
Like the Jedi were really old school, really traditional, but we're bringing some new vibes, some new.
Conservative.
Yeah.
if you will.
Very. Like my character is like edgy. So
Okay.
you're going to see that like within when the pilot drops and as the series goes on. That's how he ended up being written, just by like Greg watching me fight, and then I would just add like some more in that stuff.
Well, that's kind of like the dope thing about what you all are doing, right? It's like on the surface, people just see the performances and the, you know, choreography that you all do at conventions and perhaps other events. But this is like a whole thing, right? You're writing your own story. You are directing your own story. You are acting. You are stunt performers. You are choreographers, fight choreographers. And that's just that piece, you know, like talk about all the other things that like you're doing panels and all these different things. So talk a little bit more about that, because you're really building a strong community, and I think that you should speak to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like, it's behind all that, there's something that Dev was talking about at our panels, the concept of escapism. That's what really is what has us in this as like full throttle as we actually are, because we want to give like a new story to like kids where we're from who might not bang with Star Wars, for the primary fact that ain't that many people that look like us in it doing stuff that, you know, the other people who don't look like us are doing. So we just want to bring it down to like the level where, I can't even say bring it down, we need to bring it to a proper level where we can all properly digest it and be interested in digesting it, because as I mentioned, there are some solid themes here that like we can all take away from it. Like I got that just by studying Star Wars as a kid. Like that's why I wanted to rep the Sith, because everyone thinks that the Sith are bad guys. That's not always the case. I mean, I'm going to be a bad guy. I'm a douche in the series, but like in real life, like I'll rep the Sith, but I'm out here doing philanthropic adventures and stuff like that.
Y'all got Sam thinking. He's like, shit. Maybe I do need to be on the dark side. His eyes over there just looking up like, shit.
I know.
I think he just switched me.
Blowing his mind a little bit.
One soul. Yeah. I know that's right.
Amen.
Well, that's cool.
Pick it up, Sam. Kill your
kind
master.
of leading into my next question that I was going to ask y'all as well, which is, so it's safe to say, obviously, that there aren't too many POC, let alone Black nerds, you know, who do what you all do. What has been the overall reception from the geek community and the community at large? And also, what would you say to other Black nerds like you who are thinking of picking up a lightsaber?
Oh, yeah, that was going to be yours.
We'll break it down.
Gotcha.
We'll break it into like a two-part question. Since the beginning of this, we've received nothing but positive energy, just love. The amount of love that we've received just by getting out there and doing it was crazy. And then when we started going to, our first con was J1 2018. J1 Con 2018. And just from there, it just went up and up, because for me, that was my first con ever. So what I always used to say was just like, yo, there's nothing like being around this different people that love the same stuff that you love. And I'm getting the chance to do what I love, which is perform and entertain too, because I'm a dancer at heart, but this is just another form of dancing for me. So it's just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I'm literally speechless after every venture, every con that we come back from, because we meet more and more people. We can connect with more and more people. More people show us love and tell us, oh, you guys are better than any of the fights in the sequel trilogy. Like,
Every time.
That hits.
Every time.
That hit. That's crazy. You know, to the kids, to the teenagers, to the adults. It's just the feedback that we get is just like, can't put a price on it. It's great. Absolutely great. And then the second part of that question, they need to do it. If there are Black kids out there wanting to show, listen, okay?
You're going to need some help, because I'm out here.
It take a lot to get on stage and do something that you're passionate about. Yeah. We make it look easy, but it takes a lot of courage. But when you up there, it's like home. It's like home. So if there's anyone out there who wants to do it, or anything, it doesn't have to be lightsabers, and that's what Urban Jedi is. It's like, it's supposed to be a springboard for other people in like their businesses as well, but also just for like internally for people, just like, yo, get out there, get it. It's okay. You can express yourself. It doesn't have to be school or you know, college or a job, whatever makes you get out of bed in the morning. You think about as soon as you wake up, do it.
Thing.
Well said. Thank you. Well said.
That hit me right.
I'm about to cry right now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. Like, knock it down. All right.
Yeah,
so
Sam smiled, so you definitely moved him.
Yeah, you made Sam emote like that.
Oh shit! He did it again. Holy shit! Oh my god, so, I mean, this is crazy. Hold on, I got one more. I got a question for you real quick.
Okay, and then I got one more question, but you ask yours first.
Yeah. So now let's talk about this money here. Okay. So outside of yeah, that's exactly my money man. Come on now. So now outside of just doing your performances on stage, where else are y'all trying to take this? Are y'all gonna release any like y'all have any like artists on board, so y'all can release your own like little comic or anything going out where y'all tell your own stories instead of just automatically telling it on stage. You're gonna try to tell it in like little mini short stories, or y'all gonna put it like on video or anything and make your own YouTube video shorts. I'm giving you ideas here. So yeah,
well, your question is actually really very much aligned with mine, which is what does the future of Star Wars look like, and how does Urban Jedi Knights help shape that future?
Okay. I'm gonna let B go first, and I want to jump in after.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All you. So the whole group itself, what I think we all envision is, because I know for me personally, I wasn't big on like Star Wars at all. Actually, J1Con was the first convention for myself. But just to be invited is what I want to say, into a whole nother environment that was different from mine, was an eye opener in itself. I know as a group, we're working on, a series and trying to get that release, and hopefully, looking forward, be an international sensation. When you talk about Star Wars, you can't talk about Star Wars without thinking about UJK. That's where I see us.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Well, not even that, but just dream big. Like, why limit yourself?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Get this as big as it could go. Get that Disney Plus check, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, it's such a tool for Disney Plus. It's not even
Disney
funny.
Plus, baby. Let's go.
That's where the money at, though. I can't even.
Team Disney over here, baby.
Fair enough. They capitalizing.
Getting that Disney check.
But in order for us to talk about where we're going, I actually want to take a moment to talk about where we've been and what we've kind of done so far and everything like that. Because you dropped some solid ventures that we've only, and it's crazy because you said it, and I'm like, we should amplify these things that happened in the past. Like we actually worked with some kids who are fans of our work on Instagram, and they made cartoons out of me and Dev. And I was like, yo, what? I got super emotional. when it happened. And I'm just like, yo, y'all, and we were their first, we gave them their first commission. They were gonna do it for free, and I'm like, nah, y'all trying to do something with this. We want to nurture the arts and like grow y'all the same way you guys support us. Here you go. Here's some bread for all of this. Thank you so much. We'll big y'all up anytime you drop another pick like with us. So that's just one venture. I would love, because the story is always developing in my head. I got way too much time on my brain. Like I think faster than time exists, if that makes sense. So it's like I'm developing. Thank you.
Trust me.
I'm making up stories.
I felt that wavelength.
He gets it. So it's like I would love to have an artist or like somebody who can illustrate and like properly lay out like a page of a comic to work with like my mind and build a tapestry of our stories, because it's actually very time consuming to like put a team together and like get ready to shoot and film a live action series. But as the story unfolds, and there's a lot of behind the scenes between the episodes that are written so far that could be great on a comic strip. So these are solid ideas. I'm trying to think what else have we done that's been some solid money in our pockets. We're gonna talk about that later. But yeah, we out here.
Well, and aside from that, you have your Facebook group as well.
Yes.
And then you're on social medias. So I guess shout out your socials, and then we can get into the Star Wars discussion.
Yeah, the free form, because I got a lot. We got to talk about this whole.
Yeah, we'll give you another opportunity to get out your stuff at the end of the show too, but just so you could do it now in case people, tune in.
Cool. Well, your boy Darth Bellum is on Twitter as _ I'm sorry, not underscore. At Darth Bellum. I know. I'm just so
Jesus.
That's whatever. At Darth Bellum on Twitter, I'm out here making jokes and talking to Mark Hamill. He don't hear me talking, but we having a conversation in my head. And
it's okay.
On Instagram, it's at Greg268. But the more important Instagram, the reason why we're here, is at Urban Jedi Knights on Instagram, and the Facebook group is
Urban Jedi Knights _ PHL.
PHL, not underscore no more, because it's on Facebook.
Oh. Urban Jedi Knights PHL.
It's okay. I forget my Instagram all the time. I have no idea.
You got a YouTube, right? Urban Jedi Knights on YouTube.
Yep.
Thank
Urban
you.
Jedi Knights on YouTube.
Thank you.
Urban Jedi Knights on Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, we just kept it simple.
You gotta give me yours.
Oh, mine? DLock917 on everything. Instagram. Twitter.
Sounds like you're a prisoner. Okay, never mind.
He blocked, baby. Let's go.
He blocked.
It kind of do though.
It's like your prison number, man. What's going on?
It's Gaddy on the back of my. No, it's not. It's really not.
Cell block number, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I know.
Right. B, how can we follow you? Or can we not? Is it classified?
Moneyman 2020 at yahoo.com.
Right. Fuck bitches, get money.
Actually, yeah, I'm not actually on social media. I'm with the group, so
Okay.
follow the group.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love your
runs-
lifestyle.
he runs
I
the
love
page.
your lifestyle. Stay off
Listen,
of
I
social
swear,
media.
I promise you, Brandon is to Urban Jedi Knights what Sam is to Everybody Gets One. Like, I promise you. Your demeanor, like,
Right,
is
just
so similar. It's like not even funny. It's not even funny. But yeah, man, we appreciate you all being here. And
Thank you.
of course, so in the spirit of May 4th, let's, continue our discussion about Star Wars through the years. Where do you feel like Star Wars did well, or what were some highs in the franchise, some lows?
All right.
Let's talk about, we can go there, the movies, the animated series, the films, video games, all that shit.
Okay. My first question. All right. Now we'll be getting into some shit. Okay. Now, each of you rank the films. I don't care about the TV shows right now. Rank the films from best to trash.
Okay. Okay. This is you're gonna get some different answers from us. B hasn't actually finished it. I'm throwing you under the bus.
No, it's fine.
Who hasn't finished what now?
Uh-oh.
Yes. So
I haven't seen them all either. I've seen like 2
It
at
doesn't.
best.
It doesn't matter.
Where am I at?
Yeah, Dev got a solid. We talk about this all the time. We talk
Yeah.
about ranking over.
Like all of them, or like your top?
All
three?
of them. All the canon. All the
Episodes.
all the
main-
episodes. But you have to include Rogue One and Solo because those are canon. Those are canon.
Oh God!
Done deal. Ready? Here we go. You good? You
All
wanna
right.
do-
I want to
Okay,
hear
I
these
got it.
answers.
All right. So mine is very controversial because I know a lot of people don't like the prequels. A lot of people just started appreciating the prequels since you have the garbage sequel saga. Sorry, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna spark it off with the truth.
Okay.
So my favorite of all time that I can watch over and over and over again is Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. That's number one for me. It's number one. Right behind that is, we were just talking about this. It changed.
Yeah.
I started respecting it a little more.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back. I started to respect
Okay.
that.
All
I
right.
know, right? Because there was a lot of. I was rewatching the fight between. We're not gonna get into that. Vader and Luke fighting that time. It was different. There's a lot of drama and storytelling in that fight. I appreciate it. Right behind that, I'm gonna put Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I know. I'm like a lost show there.
Okay,
I get
continue on.
It's okay. Behind Episode 1, I'm gonna put Return of the Jedi. And here's where it starts getting iffy for me because now everything else I don't like it.
Everything else is just trash.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's hard to rank garbage when it's all not good.
Yeah, when it's all trash, when it's all in the trash, I understand.
Yeah. Like I'd put The Force Awakens like just beneath that.
Yeah, I give it a slide, even though it's literally a clone of pretty much A New Hope. It literally is.
Basically.
Beat for beat. It is the exact same movie.
Yep.
But
And
with
my
2020
issue-
graphics.
Yeah, that was a comment.
And the budget.
Yeah. And it's like everything else, like there's minimal fighting in all the other ones that I haven't listed. So I guess under The Force Awakens, I'd say Rogue One, but only because of Darth Vader.
That's it.
That's it. So scratch Rogue One. Just give me the Darth Vader scene from Rogue One.
Even though that joint, I did get out of my seat. My girlfriend had to pull me back down.
Okay.
That was, man. That
It
was
fire.
under me, man. But
It was fire.
okay.
He pulled up and was doing work. I'm gonna put Solo underneath that only because of the music and Darth Maul at the end. I love the music from Solo.
I hated Darth Maul at the end. But go ahead. It's trash, man.
I'm gonna
How
say
you get cut in
episode-
half? Fall down a shaft. No, you know what? Never mind. They have a history of pushing people down shafts. But go ahead.
That ain't
I
it
keep
strange?
forgetting we're talking about Star Wars here.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
So I said Solo. Then I'm gonna put Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Then I'm gonna put A New Hope, and then
Ooh.
The Last
He said,
Jedi.
ooh.
The Last Jedi and whatever was the garbage one that just came out. Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, okay.
That's very last.
All
For me.
right.
That's the
All
very
right.
last one.
Okay, next.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Number one for me is Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
That's
Now
my
we're
Number
talking
two.
here. All right.
Number two is Episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Number three is episode Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
4 would be episode 1.
Okay.
Then we have then we have A New Hope. Then we have Attack of the Clones.
For real, that high up?
Compared to what we
Attack
got.
of the Clones does I no. The Attack of the Clones deserves to be hovered.
Compared to what we got, Attack of the Clones
Compare it to come on, man.
to 7, 8, 9, Attack of the Clones is flames. All
All right.
right. Oh man, what's next?
You still got 8 and 9 Solo and Rogue One. And
Oh man, y'all go. Okay, all right. I'm gonna wait to
I'ma
reveal
go-
my list after y'all done because
That's cool. That's cool. Then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Rogue One. Then I'm gonna go. Episode 7. And then I'm gonna go.
Solo not up there at all?
Solo,
you hate it.
no man, Solo was trash. See, y'all making me mess up my list. I'm trying to be quiet.
That's cool. You good. Let me think. Let me go to the thinky thing. Wow. Yeah, Solo's bad. Then I'm gonna go.
You still got 8 and 9.
What is? I don't even know which is worse, 8 and 9. I'm gonna go with 9.
9 is the very last one.
Episode 8 is next.
Oh, okay.
Then Solo, then 9.
All right. Okay. Next, even though you haven't seen all of them.
Yeah, my list is brief. You guys probably didn't even count my list because I'll just tell you the ones that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really rank them because I haven't.
Yeah. Just rank the ones you've seen.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, the worst one, off of the one that I've seen, is The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst one. My first one would be Empire Strikes Back, and then A New Hope.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
let's talk about this here.
Let's hear it. Let's talk about it.
You want to get another beer first?
Nah, I'm good. Number one for me is, of course, Empire Strikes Back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where it gets crazy. Rogue One goes on my number 2. Now, I'm going to explain why. Rogue One did a great job of telling a Star Wars story with not a Skywalker in it until the very end. It was literally a Vietnam movie. If you watch that movie, that literally was just a guerrilla warfare movie. We need to get some plans from the base, blow that bastard up. Nobody survived that entire movie. Like, the heroes came in there, they did their job, and they were out. Nothing else. That was great to me. Like, I'm like, there's not like a person with force powers in here. Nobody's doing nothing crazy. They just shooting each other with guns. People getting assassinated right there. In the beginning, when I forgot the smuggler's name was.
Exactly.
But,
you don't even know their name.
it doesn't matter what their names are.
Bruh.
It doesn't matter what your name is. You get the job
that's
done.
rough.
You get me my plans for the starship for the Death Star, and you die. I don't care. You're a soldier. That's your job. All right. They did their job. They got in there. They got out. All right. So number 3, I'm gonna go with let's go with episode 7. Yeah. No, not 7. Yeah. Take that back. Let's go with episode 6. Take that back.
Okay. All right.
Go with episode 6. See, the problem with A New Hope is it's old as dirt. Don't get me wrong. I love the story that it told.
Did
But
not
it's
age
old
well,
as
though.
dirt, and it did a kind of a choppy job of telling the story. technically, even though the clone one took, basically did a rehash of the exact same movie, it was a little bit better because of those graphics. I'll give it that. It was a little bit better because of graphics. Episode 7, yeah, was a little bit better. The Force Awakens, just because of the graphics. I gotta put Attack of the Clones up there.
Oh, this above 3? This is craziness to me.
No, because you know why? Because when I watched Revenge of the Sith, the only reason why I liked it so much was that last fight and seeing Anakin become Darth Vader. That was amazing to me. But most of that movie, I did not care. I did not care what was going on. I did not care about Anakin whining throughout most of that movie.
Oh, man.
He whined through most of that movie.
He did.
Which is a given, which is true. But
he whined most of that movie. He whined most of Attack of the Clones. I went to sleep. Straight sleep on where were you? The Phantom Menace. Yeah. See, can't even remember the name of it. I went slam to sleep. The only beautiful thing about that was the Darth Maul fight. That's it.
It was more of a political movie anyway.
Yeah, but I like that though.
Bad job at a political movie.
I like it for that reason.
Yeah.
A horrible job at a political movie.
Oh my god!
They could have told that story in 30 minutes and just showed the Darth Maul fight. Like, just show me the Darth Maul fight. That's what we look though. If y'all watch the original trailers, what did they show the most?
Yeah.
They showed you the fight at the end. They didn't even care about the names because they knew we ain't got shit right here, y'all. Just come in here, see Anakin. Hey, y'all know who that is? That's Anakin, y'all. He gonna be Darth Vader one day. That's all they did. They teased you with that the whole movie, and then they gave you Darth Maul, and then they killed him in the same movie. So that was disappointing for me. Obviously, that's my least favorite. The rest of them, I don't care where they rank. They're all trash.
Fair.
Pretty much. But one last controversial thing. The Rise of Skywalker.
Don't say it.
As bad as it is, I see the skeleton for a good story there. There is a skeleton for a good story there. Poorly executed. Very poorly executed. Like, they could have fleshed that out in like 2 movies. And number one, don't bring Palpatine back to life. They never established that this nigga got clones of himself. There go the niggas. They never established that this nigga got clones of himself. Just sitting around in a basement somewhere.
Kicking it.
No, with a bunch of Nazis down there chanting his name and all this crap. They never established none of this.
Right. Yep.
Like that was stupid to me, bringing him back to life. I like her being a Palpatine because I'm like, she has too much power. I'm like, you can't just turn around in the second movie tell us that she's nobody after we waited so long to see her again and then tell us, oh yeah, you're nothing. You mean nothing. But then turn around and say, okay, she can't be nothing and have that much power.
Right.
She had to have come from a powerful bloodline. So her being a Palpatine is cool with me. The way they show Palpatine being alive is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it was just out of nowhere for like no reason. And then that whole little love story where I don't know who didn't see it, but screw the spoilers. The movie's trash.
Don't see it.
Yeah, pretty much. Watch it on demand when it comes out for free.
Not even on Disney Plus. Not on Disney
Plus. Don't waste your Disney Plus subscription on that. But yeah,
pirate it.
What?
You said what?
I said pirate it. That's the only time.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
We don't talk about that online.
We do not.
Nigga, you do it all the time, Sam.
This one does not condone.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. If it's trash, yes, we do. If it's trash, bootleg it. You know what? That's gonna be our rating system from now on this podcast. Go see it, matinee. All right, rent, bootleg. That is.
I'm gonna just wait for it to come on Hulu or something. I'll just wait.
Bootleg. Don't waste your subscription. Bootleg.
Like better things on Hulu. Way better
exactly. Like it'll ever happen. Like
well, that's true too. If you got better things to do, then damn. That means your movie trash. If you can't even get a bootleg rating, the movie trash. But yeah, Ben bringing Rey back to life, and what? No. They're gods. They can bring each other back to life. That was nuts to me. That was another nuts thing. Last thing, okay, and then I'm done. Order 66 was the Jedi's fault. Okay? Here's my reasoning. All right. Remember throughout the prequels, even though I fell asleep on the first one, the prophecy said that someone's going to bring balance to the Force. Never said anything about I'm going to destroy the Sith. The Jedi got too, bold and was like, oh, yeah, we're the righteous ones. We are everything, but wherever you have light, you have to have darkness. There has to be a balance. The sun can't be shining. You see how I'm in shadow right now? There has to be shadow somewhere. So you can't completely get rid of shadow. You can't completely get rid of the light. There needs to be a balance. Right. And because there's only like one Sith and one Sith Lord and his would he have a Padawan? Did the Sith call their younglings Padawans or anything?
No, strictly apprentice. It's only apprentice.
Strictly apprentice. Mm-hmm. See, which is a more business-like name. Right. They only have their one apprentice or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then the Jedi have a whole fleet of people out here just imposing their will on the universe. Who said we wanted you around? Right. They say we wanted you. You got to give us an option to either go to the Sith or to come to the light. But you didn't give us a choice. And that's why y'all screwed yourselves. But anyway. Back to the show.
Can I piggyback on that real quick? I'm sorry. I don't want to let that go just yet. Here's the only thing I appreciate about The Force Awakens. Not The Force Awakens. What was the one with the Last Jedi? The only thing I appreciate about The Last Jedi, right, was how Luke went meta and he broke down the colloquial mindset of the people when it comes to the Jedi and the Sith and the way the Force works. And he was essentially the Jedi. All right, so what the Jedi are meant to do, they're not meant to represent the light side because there is no light side. The Force in and of itself is inherently balanced.
Exactly.
But that was the flaw of the Jedi. Their arrogance, their hubris. They're like, yo, you know what? We are this. We ain't that, and they gotta go. That's it. So they brought about their own fall. Naturally, the Force is supposed to be balanced on its own, and the Sith are a perversion of that. So it's I used to think that in order for it to be balanced, you have to still have bad guys while there are good guys. Nah, that's not it, because the Sith are like a cancer. Your body's not supposed to have any of that in it. So if the galaxy is like a human body, then you got to get that out. You got to cut that out. So that's why it's they believe that to bring balance to the Force, the Sith had to check. But at the same time, they believe that they had that superiority. So it's everybody has to go. And if you watch our series, we're going to play with that mindset a little bit because it's I can't spoil it. But somebody
don't spoil it. The money man's watching your ass. He's like, don't you spoil it.
Just keep an eye out. We're gonna have a perversion of that prophecy, if you will. It's gonna be great.
Well, I'm glad you all be touching on that because that is my biggest thing with everything. I'm there isn't supposed to be a light side and a dark side. I'm supposed to be able to do whatever the hell I want to do.
Exactly.
As long as I'm not going extreme right wing or extreme left wing like we have in our political system. As long as I'm not on either side, as long as I'm right down the middle, everything should be good. Because there's good. Oh God, I'm about to sound like Trump. Jesus Christ! See, there's good on both sides. God damn!
Oh, God.
No, because I was about to.
No way.
Because I was about to say there's good on both sides, but I was like, holy shit, Trump just said it. I'm
all right,
let me back off a little bit.
You can't unhear that now. You can't unhear that.
I'm saying,
ever since he said it, it seems
I know you can never use that term
got it from,
anymore.
but you can't use it no more. Yeah,
but I'm just trying to say, in life, not everybody is right. Let me put it that way. That's a better way to say it. Not everybody is right in life,
and no one is right all the time.
Exactly.
I mean, I got a good record though. My record's pretty. It's no, let me tell you. If God is good all the time, man, won't he do it? Okay, it's
wow. I guess I'm like Brandon, I'm very much a noob when it comes to this franchise. I grew up in a Trekkie household. I know, no shade to the Trekkie. I actually got my name from Star Trek. Mom got my name from Star Trek. My dad is definitely, and I didn't find this out until 2018, but my dad is a Sith. So we went to AwesomeCon in 2018.
Power to the people.
And they had a Star Wars exhibit there. And my father, legit, I would bet every dollar in my bank account right now that he had way more fun than I did that day. They had the costumes and everything. So, but anyway, so I think I would put Revenge of the Sith as my number one. And that's a close one between that and Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back is a close second. And I think that the reason why Revenge of the Sith resonates so well with me is for a couple reasons. One, I think that there's like a lot of symbolism in how things kind of like
fell apart.
Yeah, basically. And also it came out the year I graduated high school, and it was like the first time that I like really started paying attention. Like that movie made me start paying attention to the franchise. So it had that much of an effect on me, really looking at it in hindsight. And then of course, Empire Strikes Back. I think that the similarities between those two movies are probably why they're in my top two. And then my third, I think I would do a top, I don't know who I would put above it. I think A New Hope and A Phantom Menace tie for me, just because I am a political junkie. So I very much appreciated the politics and stuff in The Phantom Menace. And really, when you look at the franchise as a whole, I feel like it was still kind of an important installment in the story. You know, you might not have had all the fighting and shit that you wanted, but
you wouldn't even have technically you wouldn't really have anything without the Phantom Menace.
exactly.
All that political drama is what caused all the beef in the first place.
Right. So it's always, a leader. It's like when we talk about World War II, we don't talk about all the shit that happened in like
exactly
that like led up to it. So that's kind of like my whole thing.
Samuel.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have a list.
You don't have any favorites?
I mean, I don't have a list.
What do you like?
What was your favorite? There's got to be one that's your favorite.
If I have to have a favorite, I'm still creating a list.
Just one. You remember none of them?
No, I do remember one.
So what's the one you remember?
What's the one that resonates most with you?
I mean,
pick a top three. It don't
the
even
one where he didn't fall asleep.
Just pick three that resonate most.
It was kind of hard to fall asleep.
Oh, you dirty son of a.
Jeez.
Nah, I mean, I liked Revenge of the Sith and I liked Phantom Menace.
Okay.
Mostly because of the choreography.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You gave me good reason.
But I the choreography for the episode 1, although it was good, I think it could have been better.
Like having more fights and leaving Darth Maul alive.
So here's the thing, in the age of YouTube, we have a whole bunch of creative people, and even with these guys, they creating YouTube videos with lightsabers and using After Effects and using force pushes and all that stuff. I feel like the movie industry for the Star Wars universe, they didn't really expand on the Force itself. There are a lot of possibilities with the Force, but they really didn't kind of translate that well into the film. They only did that a little bit with
the last 3 movies did it.
They
tried.
When Princess Leia, she basically
that was bullcrap. No, get that out of here.
Yeah, don't even get him started on that.
That's going too far.
I know. That's why he walked away.
This nigga turning this. How you turning into Superman?
I know. That's one thing. But
that's too crazy.
Princess Leia, Krypton. That's how.
Yeah. I mean, apart from the other ones. I mean, but how do you guys feel about I don't know if you guys have been let down by the choreography or of them not actually translating some of the stuff that were actually written in the comic books into the film.
I like him. Mm-hmm. He knows, he gets it.
So I mean, tell me your perspective on that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed are you with their explanation or their expansion of the Force in the films?
You want to go first?
Well, you can start with the comics, and then I can go into
Cool. So I'd say, as a whole, probably a 6. Scale of 1 to 10, 6. But I get that the Force, they took it as a religion standpoint, as opposed to an exercise, a feat, or something that you could do, powers. So I to that effect, I get why they didn't mess it up by hey, I'm gonna use Force Fire, which is a dope ability. Never see it in the movies. I'm not going to use Force Drain here. I'm not going to do all these crazy. I get why they didn't do it. My inner like nerd that wants to see somebody get lit on fire. I ain't like that. I ain't like that.
I don't know if that's a nerd that wants to see people get lit on fire, man.
Well, my inner Sith,
my
inner nerdy Sith. I like seeing.
Okay, all right.
Like, could you imagine if who were we? I thought Luke was gonna do that because Luke, by this point, was supposed to be like, he was supposed to be Neo of like
pretty much
Star Wars right now, and they put that right in the toilet. He ain't do nothing. He retired actually.
He disappeared.
He disappeared, and like
he did that.
Oh, he did. Oh yeah. No, we have a funny analogy about that. So it's like it's
nigga killed himself.
He gets into a situation, right? And he's like, "Hey, yo, I need your help." And I'm just like, "Nah, I'm not gonna show up, but I'm gonna show up in spirit." And he's like, "What?" That's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, that is what he did.
He showed up to the Rumble in spirit. Are you serious?
That nigga showed up in spirit and died. You show up in spirit and die, yo. All we need you to pray for us real quick. You gonna show up in spirit and die?
Let me be But this is the same Luke in the comics and in the books. He could fall out of a ship and force push people into disintegration. Like it's way too different, and I ain't like that. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. And
that
in terms of
like Disney,
huh?
No, because Dark Horse wrote all that stuff.
True.
Disney said none of that's canon no more. None of the games are canon. None of the comics are canon, except for the ones written by Marvel, sadly.
And I
only bought one. That goes to show you how much I care about the comics now. Hey, man, I'm not buying that. Dark Horse ones were, I ain't gonna lie, they were better.
Like by a wide margin.
Even the Force Awakens. I mean, not the Force Awakens. The freaking video game.
Force Unleashed.
Oh yeah, the Force Unleashed was amazing. I had both of them, Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2. That told a great story outside of just, hey, look, Skywalker. You know, I don't need to just hear about them.
And it's like my last point would be for the choreography. In episode 1, you're right. There were some, like, if you break it down beat by beat of their choreography, there were some parts where it's like, why is this hit here? Why is this swing here? And it's not connecting with anything. But that was the way of the time, though, I guess. Like, things did change over time. Like, there was a lot less flashy fights in the new installments. I go in for that, though. Like, I like the stuff that looks unnecessary, but it's necessary to a Jedi. Like, and the way they explain it in, like, the books and everything, I like that. So I get it. It was all still a solid 6 rating for me in terms of the power and the choreography that the movie's told. What you got?
Yeah, man. Well, with me, like, I dive definitely more into, like, the choreography and the saber fights. And I understand, episode 4, 5, and 6, it was back in the day. They weren't really doing too much with the lightsaber fights, but
yeah, they really couldn't.
They can only do so much, but they were still telling some story, like Greg touched on earlier, like the episode of the Return of the Jedi fight between Darth Vader and Luke was like, it told a lot of, there was a lot behind it. There was a lot of feeling, a lot of weight. And like it was the finale of the trilogy, and then going into the prequel series, we had to wait for that Darth Maul fight. But, it was good. Yeah. I agree with what Sam's saying. Like, it definitely could have been better. And that's why, like, we're working so hard to do what we can do, because I don't know if y'all know this, but lightsabers didn't touch in The Last Jedi. I'm gonna say it again.
You said
lightsabers did not touch in The Last Jedi. They didn't fight.
They didn't. What the bloody hell were we watching?
Yeah, I can't.
Holy fuck!
There's no excuse for that. There's none.
Not in 2018, whenever that came out. No.
They didn't touch. The only time they clashed was in the flashback with Ben Solo and Luke, when Luke was about to kill him, which he wouldn't do, in his sleep. And
that was cold-blooded, yo.
Ben woke up.
Luke was about to go hardcore.
That was it, bro.
He was all the way different.
That was it.
Yeah.
So,
damn,
I'm not happy with that. That just gives us more.
Now you just made me sad.
But that gives us even more wiggle room just to do what we love, because it's like, no, we don't bring that. We get out there, we work hard, and we bring fights. That's just top tier. We bringing it story, and it makes sense.
I mean, so in terms of like the choreography and the fights and stuff like that, do you think it translated well with the animated series? Especially with the Mace Windu, like one single man against a whole bunch of clones.
He can do
was
that,
with
man.
that.
He black, man. He got that.
I was about to say, you're not gonna catch him. He black. It's different.
Exactly.
It's different.
What are you talking
You're not
about?
gonna get caught.
They gotta do something else.
You gotta do something else.
That
No, you
Negro
gotta-
blood with the force.
Ain't getting caught. Nah, you gonna catch somebody else. You could catch Obi-Wan slipping, not Mace Windu. No.
Exactly.
The cartoon nailed it. The cartoon was showing us abilities that people didn't like. The cartoon from back in the day. What's it called? Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's a
Clone Wars.
2003.
Yeah, that showed you different moves. Like somebody shot a flamethrower at Obi-Wan and he just caught it, like the flames in his hand. That's an ability called Tuta Menace, where you can absorb or diffuse. And that's why some Jedi and some Sith can like touch a lightsaber without getting their
Get
limbs
burned.
chopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that, and I'm like, oh, y'all bold, y'all different for that one. That was dope. So I liked it there in the Clone Wars CGI cartoon that's out now, or that they're getting the new stuff now.
Yeah.
Some of
Star
the
Wars
fights-
Resistance.
Yeah, like I couldn't watch the beginning, like seasons 1 through 3. Couldn't watch it as much because the fights were like jerky and stiff.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was very choppy. Now they did the motion capture, and they nailed it with Ahsoka and Darth Maul. And there were some fights in the series, like when Dooku and Anakin and Obi-Wan all fought on this one planet, and when Darth Sidious pulled up and was wrecking Darth Maul and Savage Opress. If y'all haven't seen that, I highly recommend that. That was a good fight. Like he dogged them.
Yeah, badly.
I was watching a breakdown of it the other day. Like the whole time he was just between them. Like that's all he was just trying to space them apart and just toy with them. Like, yo, what y'all trying to do? Come on. I loved it. But yeah, so in the cartoons it translated a little bit, and they got a little bold as you would, but it's not enough. That's why we're doing what we're doing. It's not enough. You gotta do something else. How about you, yo?
It's like I said, as the years went on, the fights did get better. But it just no excuse for this new trilogy for episode 7, 8, and 9 to have that type of mediocre lightsaber choreo. I just for one of the movies in the trilogy not to have lightsaber choreo, but then the ones that do, come on, really bad. No story. It looks like they just swinging them. Just swinging them like they heavy. Like a lightsaber isn't.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense. It is a lightsaber.
Thank you.
Not a rock saber.
I'm waiting to be impressed.
I mean, but so here's the thing. Like, would you even say that Rey was officially trained? Because it seems like her training was like bullshit. Compared to all the other people that we've seen come a long way, like hers is like, oh, this girl, she just picked up a stick and started swinging around,
which was crazy.
Yeah, literally.
Here's the thing I was about to mention, Sam. I'm glad you mentioned that, because the thing that I thought that was going to be great about this new trilogy was when we first saw Ben, right? And he when he had all them stormtroopers down there shooting up people or shooting up a village or whatever, right? And he stopped that laser blast. That shit was hot. I'm like, yo, we about to see some craziness right now. I didn't expect to see Leia turn into Superwoman or anything like that. I didn't want that, all right? And I didn't want them to revive each other like they're gods. But when I saw that part, I thought we were going to get something crazy. And then seeing Rey just pick up a lightsaber. No training in that first movie. Remember this. There's no training in that first movie.
Zero.
And she defended herself against a trained, I guess, Sith Lord now, was at the time.
Nah, he just a dark
being
side.
Trained by a Jedi. How did you even defend yourself and not get an arm or a leg chopped off? That didn't make any sense to me.
It really didn't at all.
Like, you didn't get nothing chopped off, not even a pinky.
That shit just pissed me off. That really pissed me off. Like the first encounter that you two have, and y'all like fighting
and she
lightsabers.
Survived. And cut him.
Exactly.
How you cut this nigga?
And in the comics, he's getting love now. Like, this is making it worse for The Force Awakens. It's making a harder case. In the comics, Kylo Ren, like, you're learning how he became a savage. And I'm like, hold up. So you had all the juice. You getting all this money, and you got beat by her. Like, you got
don't make no sense.
By a noob.
It was because her bloodline is Palpatine. That makes absolutely no sense. Like, you can't just throw that out there and not make it make sense. Like, I don't know, man. Now I'm getting disappointed again. Now I'm getting sad again.
You see where we live? This is the house that we live in.
I know, exactly. So
Disney
how do you
Plus.
guys feel about what was it?
Disney Plus.
Not Disney Plus.
The Mandalorian.
No,
Lord
not the
Mickey.
Mandalorian, but like the French fencing body, they basically recognize lightsaber as a dueling sport. So how do you guys feel about that?
I love it. I love it. It's giving us a platform. It's about to springboard us further. I don't know if I could do it competitively because once again I'm old and tired. But he's pretty sharp out here, so who knows? He might be out here getting busy up there one day.
He's a
I
spy.
love
I
it.
mean, so if the French fencing body is recognizing this as a dueling sport, I mean, do you think we might see this in the Olympics?
That'd be crazy.
You never know.
If we do
The
see
whole
it in the
world would
Olympics,
have to
you
go
know we'll
nerd.
be there.
Brandon!
I'm just totally certain.
Right.
Hold on.
Hey, yeah.
But you know what? When you think about it, that's not too far fetched, especially when you consider like people in our generation. We get older, we're gonna be in positions of power, and motherfuckers love Star Wars. It ain't even just our generation. Like clearly, if my dad was into it, then it can totally be a thing.
Right. Yeah. Now we here for it, man.
Definitely.
I'm gonna have to do some push-ups and start running some. I'm gonna be out there at 5 a.m. with you, getting ready. But I'm down. I'm here for it. I like a challenge.
Bro,
Yeah,
I just want to
actually have
commentate.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, that nigga just chopped his arm off.
I don't think they're probably gonna have commentary. I think they're probably just gonna play the music from
But you got
Phantom
to.
Menace and then just let them fight.
You know when they do in the Olympics, they said, "Oh, she did a triple salt backflip." They say all that shit on there. So I'm trying to I'm trying to commentate and see somebody get their arm shot. Like, oh shit, y'all saw that, son? I'll be the black commentator.
Really?
We'll be back next year with a robot arm, man.
Right.
Oh shit, he got his robot arm out. He got some auto mail. Let's go, nigga.
He said,
That's not how they commentate in the Olympics.
They need to.
Right. When Urban Jedi pull up, you got to be our personal commentator. That's
Yeah,
how it's gonna
exactly.
be.
Don't do that. Don't.
I'll do it.
Don't do that.
You just have to let me say the word nigga a couple times.
because the first thing he'll say is, "What's up,
Nigga?
niggas? How y'all doing?"
How
And he'll say,
y'all niggas doing tonight?
Niggas. I love it.
Exactly.
"How you gonna call a French commentator nigga?"
That's he my nigga.
Yo.
He ain't your
I'm here
nigga
for
unless
it.
he a
He
nigga.
a nigga. They all niggas.
Ain't that a song, Niggas in Paris? Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
There
a
are
whole-
niggas in Paris
There are.
right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Several
the end of this
niggas.
interview.
That's
Sam, you were a nigga in Paris at one time.
50 cents.
What?
You were a nigga in Paris. You went to Paris before.
Yo.
Paul
So?
hard,
That don't mean
motherfucker,
nothing.
find me.
You stupid.
That is priceless.
I'm done with you right now.
No, you're not.
We're not gonna do this.
It's never over.
We're not gonna do
Yo,
this.
y'all are gems. Y'all are hilarious.
Favorite
Shauna.
video game. Star Wars video game.
I got you.
Okay. No, Shauna, you did say that you can edit this, right?
Yes, we can edit
Okay,
this.
perfect. I just wanted to be clear of that. That's all.
Hold on. The thing
Well,
is,
I cannot.
the
But
thing is,
Alex can.
the thing is, we can edit this. We won't. Nigga.
So thanks for having us on.
Like,
We had the disclaimer earlier. It's fine. It's fine. If not, I have a lawyer.
Oh damn, Sam head gone.
He's
Oh,
in
there it is.
I'd say Fallen Order. Fallen Order is it's the latest entry. I
I
love
still
it.
haven't played it yet. I need to play that, don't I?
Yo, it's good. As a
All
Vader fan, it's good. He gets
All
money.
right. Okay, I'm getting it.
I'll do top three. Fallen Order, Revenge of the Sith, of course, because you actually like the combos that you can do with a lightsaber. It makes sense. It's great. And Jedi. What is it? Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, back on PS2.
Oh, well, I played it on PC.
PC, Xbox, PS2 days. Good times. What you got?
for me, Episode 3, Battlefront 2,
Which one?
Oh, I forgot about Battlefront.
PS2.
Okay.
Battlefront 2, PS2. Definitely PS. 100% PS2.
Yeah, the PS2 version. Come on, man. That was the
Yes.
best
Even
one that ever
the
came out.
PSP one was fire, yo. Like,
Exactly.
I still
Y'all
got it.
when we had our video game wars podcast. We gotta have y'all for when we talk about video games.
Be here for us. This is very much a gaming house.
Gaming house. What's my number 3? My number 3 is probably
Jedi Power Battles.
Oh, I forgot about that.
See?
Oh,
Took it back. Sorry, y'all. Yeah.
Back
Yeah,
in the
boy.
day.
Mhm.
I was young, I'm not a kid.
it's Jedi Power Battles, or is it
You can't put the Phantom Menace up there. Oh, what's the other one? Not the Pod Racer. Not the Pod Racer.
Nah.
Oh no, we're not
No,
going to
no.
talk about that.
It's gonna make me
Blasphemy.
angry. Nah.
That's blasphemy.
What was the secret last one called?
Oh, the Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. The Force Unleashed
Yeah.
made it on somebody's list. Good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What y'all got?
I ain't never played none of them, so Force Unleashed is the one that I'm most familiar with.
Mm. Beat
Okay.
them.
Yeah. So
All right. I got my 3. All right. Of course,
Okay.
The Force Unleashed is on there. We're going to call 1 and 2 as one thing. All right. Force Unleashed.
Cool.
Yeah. That's
All right.
fair.
Then I want to say Battlefront 2. The thing is, I wish Battlefront 2 had Battlefront 3's graphics. That game looks so crispy
Yo,
and
didn't
so
it?
beautiful.
Did you ever see
The
video
sound
for it?
design was amazing, but that game is trash. It is nothing. It has no story, no nothing. It is trash, but it looks so beautiful, and it just like reminds you of Star Wars. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna start talking about it because sometimes I would just turn it on and just and just let people kill me, so I can just walk through the world and just
Mhm.
hear everything around me. It is so beautiful. And then I'm about to go real old school. All right, have any of y'all played on Super Nintendo?
Oh, shit.
Super Empire Strikes Back. That
But that's where the 2D graphics come from. Luke swinging it.
that
Uh,
is one of the hardest games I have ever played in my life. It's on like Aladdin levels hard.
Nah,
I can't get off Hoth to this day. And we all know where the Empire Strikes Back starts off at. You can't get off Hoth. That's how hard it is. And it ain't like you can kill some enemies, then walk, then chill out and then walk forward again, like back up a little bit. No, they will respawn and come back at you.
Nope.
There's no way to get rid of them. And there is no
imagine
easy.
what Vader would be like.
Ignorant.
Oh no, I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm gonna watch a playthrough.
I don't know.
I should watch a playthrough on YouTube or something to see if somebody actually beat that game.
Find the
'Cause-
one person who got that far.
Yeah, because I'm like literally, if y'all could find somehow some way to get a Super Nintendo emulator or something, put in Super Empire Strikes Back.
It's like
You're not gonna get past Hoth. I promise. you.
No, I never had one.
I
I got Sega
promise
Genesis.
you.
Yeah, say it. Okay, you say it right.
And honorable mention, it's not a Star Wars game, but Soul Calibur 4, where
Oh,
yeah. because you had Vader, you had Star Killer, and you had Yoda on the. I had it for Xbox, and that was my shit, man.
Yoda
I would just
was
play with the Star Wars characters. I never play with any of the actual Soul Calibur characters. I don't know their names. I know Cervantes. I know the pirate Cervantes. That's it. And Nightmare, but I don't play with them. I play with the Star Wars characters.
Maxie, Keelan.
You're speaking French to me right now. I have no idea what you're saying.
My man was
What are you
Keelan,
saying?
man. Keelan.
Who? They don't
Keelan.
matter.
It does matter.
Yoda,
It does matter.
Vader. You know what I used to do? I used to spam force choke. That's how I felt.
Yeah,
You spam force choke. They can't do nothing to you.
That's fucked up.
Mhm. Yeah, now I gotta play Battlefront.
That's like playing Mortal Kombat back in the day and just sweeping
Yeah,
people.
spam fireball. Same
It's like
thing.
playing with Blanca and you just
Doing a Pikachu Joan the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah, bullshit.
Down B, down B, down B. Over and over again. Thunder. That's what I used to do. Just spam people.
Playing.
Mhm.
You really are.
Oh, shit,
Hard.
man.
I'm just playing. Well, we definitely can't leave this conversation without talking about the Mandalorian, because that's like
course.
that's the hot thing. That's got like anyone and everyone who is not into Star Wars is screaming Baby Yoda right now. So
Oh
I
God.
we haven't had the opportunity to like get into it yet. It's something that I want to get into. But have you all seen it? What do you think of it? And all that jazz.
Yeah, we saw it.
I'm actually on my second watch.
That's where we started again.
I just started it today, literally just before we did all this. Yeah, it's very different between the two of us on how we view that, because I'm here for a good story. And as long as, you know, the franchise being kept alive, it's pretty hard to kill the Star Wars franchise, despite the BS that we just got from the sequel trilogy. I feel like they almost successfully off the entire franchise. Like, they lost so many fans, yo. I know they did. But we can never stay away. We can never stay away. We're like crackheads to Star Wars stuff, man. It's sad. But The Mandalorian, it's got potential. That's why I'm there. I'm not going to say too much about how I should wait till you're done, but I'm going to just say what I say. I'll just leave it there. Yeah. I get that a lot of people like Boba Fett and Jango Fett and the Mandalorians essentially on some edgy type fringe casual Star Wars fan level. I kind of resent that, especially because it's like Star Wars is now catering to that base instead of the people that aren't so much casual fans. Right. Yeah. Like, but at the same time, it's like my inner nerd that loves seeing a good story. I'm here for it too. Like when they whipped out the Darksaber at the spoiler, whatever, y'all seen it. When they whipped out the Darksaber at the end, I geeked out a little bit.
What Darksaber? They ain't whip out no. Whoa.
There's a Darksaber.
I seen the ending.
What
the hell are you talking about, sir? Did I fall asleep?
You didn't see it?
Did I fall asleep? What the fuck is going on?
Yo.
No. Whoa. It don't matter. I'm still gonna watch it anyway. But what the hell did you just say to me? They whipped out what?
The Darksaber, my favorite actor. He's one of my top 5 actors. He was in School Days. I don't remember his name. B, you might remember his name. Hispanic dude, because you be into your I know I can't think of his name, but I know.
Dude from G5G.
Huh?
Dude who was in G5G, and he was dating Tisha Campbell's character.
Yep. And then he was in the movie.
I know who you're talking about.
He was in the movie Fresh. His name was Esteban, right?
Yeah, he was like the main character. He was like the main antagonist in School Days.
Yo, he's like the main antagonist all the time. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, you talking about the dude from Breaking Bad?
Yeah, like
from Breaking Bad.
You're talking about Breaking Bad? Yeah. Okay, hold on.
I'm dropping all the old titles. Right. I'm tripping. But yeah, he plays Grand Moff Gideon, and he pulled up on him at the very end. They shot his plane. They got his plane.
Yeah, they shot his plane down. He got out. Oh, you talking about the little saber that came out? Oh, okay, yeah.
The dark.
All right, I'm about to say no. I'm about to say whoa. What did he pull out? I was about to say no. I remember that. Okay.
We on the same page.
Cool. Okay, I was about to say I was like, hold on. What are you talking about? I was like, were we watching the same thing? What
I'm like, bro, that's the biggest part.
Did I fall asleep?
I didn't consider it a lightsaber for real. Because I'm like, all right, you ain't no Jedi. You ain't no motherfucking, So I was like, all right, you just gotta. As far as I'm concerned, if it's not in the hands of a Jedi or a Sith, you just got like a beam sword. That's what I'm gonna call your shit. Your shit's a beam.
Well, I wish I could subscribe to that. But what they did in The Force Awakens, Finn was out here using a lightsaber, like he was about that action. And so was Rey.
How did he survive without getting his guts? Like, how did he not get gutted?
By himself. How did he not cut himself is what I want to know. But I'm going to leave that there.
I'm
going to leave that there. That's an old argument. I'm going to let it be. But yeah, I like it. Because when that happened, I popped a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm here for whatever is going to happen next. It was in Darth Maul's hands at one point in time. So I'm all in for that. But that's my take on The Mandalorian. I'm here for it. I love it. The music and everything. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. The music. I love that score on The Mandalorian. It's a Western, man. It's a freaking Western. The only thing I hate is that Baby Yoda is still in that. First of all, him being called Baby Yoda, let us know what his race is, number one. And him still being there. Like, I just want him to complete the mission and then move on to, like, a different mission. I don't want him carrying around this stupid little toy with him for kids to buy in Target tomorrow. That shit is annoying.
Right.
That shit is annoying. It's the worst. That's the worst. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing it for the first time, it was good, but now it's the worst part of the show. Just bringing him back up over and over again. I'm telling you.
But when he grows up, he'll be a little lightsaber killing machine.
I don't care, man. He's 50 years old, man. He's an infant.
No, he's fit. Is he fit? He's 50.
Yeah, he's 50.
Yeah. And Yoda, when we saw Yoda, he was about 900 years old. So
he was 900.
How they age, like they age like cheese. Like. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it there.
Like cheese.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, he didn't even say wine. He said you age like cheese, bro.
Like cheese. Like wine.
Cottage. Where you at?
Yeah. The Mandalorian is cool. I'm not a huge fan of it because I'm not a huge fan of like Mandalorians like that. Like Boba Fett, Jango Fett, they cool or whatever. But you know, I'm here for that intergalactic battle between Jedi and Sith. As you all know,
yeah,
I'm here for that. Listen, Baby Yoda is cute, but it's a ploy. It's a plot device. If you take Baby Yoda, take Baby Yoda, and you know the score out of this. Out of it, because you know they try to make it trappy at one point. They try to make it, you know, oh here, let me play it for these 2020 kids out here. Let me play it for these trap kids out here. All right, cool. You take that out, it's just some boy who look like Jango Fett getting his ass whooped the entire season.
Exactly.
What is this? Well, why am I watching this? Baby Yoda is a ploy. It's cute, don't get me wrong, but like it's a ploy. You take Baby Yoda out of it.
There's nothing for them to do. Yeah.
I tell Greg all the time, The Mandalorian is only doing so well because episodes 7, 8, and 9 are terrible. If episodes 7, 8, and 9 were like fire, like 4, 5, and 6, The Mandalorian wouldn't even be talked about right now. It wouldn't even get renewed for a second season. That's facts, Jack.
It's just that Disney money that made it ready for a second season. That's the only reason why. Mm-hmm. The first episode was good. Second episode was good. Then it went downhill because I was
like you. I was falling asleep.
There was nothing for you to do but him trying to deliver Baby Yoda. And guess what? It's not over, y'all. He still has to finish delivering Baby Yoda. I'm like, come on, man. Can we do something else? That's how you know that they didn't have anybody like who was like no offense to the right. I know that everyone is doing their job out there, but
yeah.
The writers didn't have anything else to do. Like, hey, you know, how can we make money off this? Baby Yoda. That's what they told me.
They're going to love him.
Like whoever wrote the first episode had something good going. He's like, okay, and this is where it ends, and he delivers Baby Yoda. And Mickey came down and was like, no. He doesn't deliver Baby Yoda. Keep it going.
The show is Baby Yoda.
Mickey
exactly. They might as well change the name of the show now. It's Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Mickey.
Damn.
Featuring the Mandalorian.
Right.
I'm more scared of
transport.
Listen, I'm more scared of Mickey than I am Darth Vader.
Oof.
You should be. Because we're sponsored by Disney Plus.
Exactly.
No, don't stop. Shut up.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that so we get paid. I want Raven some more money.
Disney Plus. Nigga.
Love to see it.
Disney gonna tell you to take all the niggas out, just so you know.
Oh yeah, they might replace it with like sunflowers and
or
birds.
Dumb.
I can't wait to see the back end.
That's what she said.
Oh, well, all right then.
Wow. On that note, any last minute comments?
That came in late for me.
God.
Any last words on this Star Wars May 4th?
Long live the Sith.
Revenge of
God bless you, brother.
Somebody's getting kicked out.
Revenge of the
man.
I'll kick him out.
We'll kick you out first, Sam. God damn it.
Thank you.
I'll take over.
Yeah, looking forward to see what's to come. We know the Mandalorian season 2 is on its way. I know a lot of things got pushed back because of COVID-19.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. But Urban Jedi is here to stay, and we're gonna keep pushing regardless of what's going on. Definitely gonna push out this pilot for y'all. And definitely, when the cons come back, we'll be there first and foremost. Especially because our homie B over here books all of our
money man
events well in advance, hotel and everything. He is.
Come on now.
You think we do the heavy lifting? No. He carries us on his back. For real.
Okay, I guess we need a money man too. All right, we're gonna need your contact info.
Right.
Videos. If y'all team ain't got a B,
everybody's team need a B.
Everybody need a B right there. Everybody got to get B.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Damn Sidious, clone him.
Right.
Listen. Okay.
Yeah, screw Sidious, clone his ass.
Yeah,
right.
For real. Shoot, what a better place.
We'll go ahead and tell folks how they can, follow you all once again, and then we'll wrap up. And that's pretty much.
Definitely. Big any closing thoughts?
We're gonna talk offline regardless. But,
yeah.
No. Are you good?
Sure.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Disney Plus.
I said my piece.
The general was spoken. I'm like,
oh, that's right.
That's true.
You can find Urban Jedi on Instagram, Twitter, Urban Jedi Knights, or at Urban Jedi Knights. We got a Facebook group. Come join it. Urban Jedi PHL.
No underscore.
No underscore. You can find your boy Dev at DLock917. I rep my sense.
D-Lock?
Yeah. Greg, where you
Yeah.
gonna find you at?
Yeah, y'all can find your boy.
Oh,
Greg, aka Darth Bellum.
Shining.
At Darth Bellum on Twitter and on the IG, Greg268. What else we got on Twitch at Atea1268? I ain't been doing nothing yet, but I'm gonna get there. I'll be playing some Tekken. Whoever wanted can get it for free. Everybody gets one. Haha, there it is. You're
Yeah.
welcome. And then what else we got? Yeah, I said Instagram. I said Twitter.
yeah.
And Urban Jedi Knights. Y'all know where to find your boy. Let's get it.
Follow us, share, like, comment,
Subscribe.
subscribe to the channel.
And thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We really
Oh, yeah,
appreciate
no
it.
problem.
Anytime. This was awesome. You guys are awesome.
We tried.
Truly appreciate this.
Of course, man. All right, Sam, Alex, y'all do what or you want to go last, Alex? Because you always got something smart to say at the end.
I mean, we're just gonna put in the credits.
Well, you do know this is an audio podcast too, Sam, so you still have to say something.
Yeah, you do have to say something.
All right, SF Design 21, all platforms. That's it.
Shit, he hates himself. God damn it. Why do you hate your own platform? But
There's
anyway,
no background to it.
Right.
I know, and he doesn't.
And but like he can edit to that quality. Like he's a beast. He just
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, we gotta do some business then, sir.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. No,
Oh, now he smiles. Oh,
go
he
to his
hears.
Instagram right now at SF Design 21.
Yeah, I guess we got to promote
Okay,
him
hold up.
since he won't promote himself.
All right, and then but then Alex is good too. So go ahead and shout out your stuff, Alex.
So you can not follow me at Metro_Tom on Instagram. And please do not follow me on Twitter at Metro__Tom because sometimes I be tweeting at porn stars. And you can follow Everybody Gets One. You can follow Everybody Gets One on Twitter with a 01 at the end of that. And on Instagram with a 01 at the end of that. But on Facebook, it's ONE.
Yes.
All right. Cece.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So don't forget. So as for myself, CC the Geek on Instagram and Facebook, CC the Greek Geek on Twitter, and don't forget to follow HBCU Con on all platforms. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, everybody. And Disney Plus.
Oh
Nigga,
my
nigga, nigga. Nigga, nigga.
Yo.
Oh,
Good night.
wow. May the force be with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. May the fourth be with you, niggas.
Always.
Wow.
Damn.
What happened? What did he say? I missed it.